Hey everybody, and welcome to Let's Play RHEM 3, The Secret Library. Okay, yeah, I just had to say it like that. But anyway, welcome to RHEM 3, new RHEM game, new LP. I'm super excited about this, for quite a few reasons. Okay, so the first one, I'm just going to go ahead and get this out of the way right now and just totally admit, this game is my absolute favorite RHEM game in the whole series, RHEM 1 through 4 as of this recording. This one is my absolute favorite. Because it's got great atmosphere, at least my favorite atmosphere out of all of the RHEM games. Just a big, nice variety, great balance of stuff, and great puzzles. I've got to admit, the puzzles in this game are much less obtuse and involve quite a bit less backtracking, I think, than they did in the first two games. Maybe that's just me, but I don't know, it just seemed that way, and it was a lot more fun to play as a result. And the other reasons why I'm excited are because it seems like you guys really enjoyed RHEM 2 a lot, so I figured why not go ahead and just do this game. I had already kind of planned that out, but I was just really encouraged by the positive response to RHEM 2, so thank you guys for that. Really, thank you once again for all those comments, those likes, everything. I mean, it really does mean a lot. So, in this game, you'll notice that we didn't have an intro cinematic like we did in the last game with the bad acting, thank goodness. Instead, we just get taken straight to this menu screen, which has some pretty spiffy symbols like this info icon, this door that says that you're going to quit, this other door that indicates that you're entering for a new game, a floppy disk for a load. I don't really know who uses floppy disk in the year 2007, but yeah, and this accesses the options, which I think are... yeah, we're pretty much good on that. So yeah, this is RHEM 3. Now, one thing I must get out of the way before we get started, and this has to do with a preconception that I had about the game, and it might be one that you might have if you've played the Myst series. Yes, the title does mention a library. When I first heard that, I thought, they're trying to rip off the Myst series, oh no, you know, what are they going to be doing here? Rest assured that the library in this game is nothing like the library on Myst Island. I was also kind of worried that they were trying to rip Myst off even more just because the box art looked very Myst-like. Not only was the title in a font and in a color that was very reminiscent of Myst 3, but the image on the box looked like one of those telescope things from the very beginning of Myst 3 on that island where you had to do that light puzzle. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, this game, while it may be reminiscent of Myst, it certainly didn't remind me of the library on Myst or Myst 3 in general, so yeah. Anyway, let's just go ahead and get started and begin a new game.
Hello, my friend. A while ago, you gave me a photograph of a relic from the caves of RHEM. I'm writing you this letter to let you know that I've deciphered the drawing on the relic. With this information, you can now explore an unknown part of RHEM. The enclosed note holds the key to your entry. Thank you for your help. Good luck on your journey. Your Zetais. P.S. Send my brother Kaylee's my best wishes.
Well, I'll say one thing, they certainly got a much better actor to play Zetais, even though he's pronouncing his name completely differently. So yeah, it looks like our work in the previous game paid off, although I don't know what that 3 times 4 thing was all about. Maybe that's the number of squares that were counted on the relic. I don't know. But anyway, I don't care. What I do care about is that we are in broad daylight for this game. That's right, we are in broad daylight. It feels so good. Broad daylight and it feels so good. Broad daylight like you know it should. That's not how it goes, is it? Anyway. Yeah. I mean, remember the first game took place outside, but you might recall that it just had that boring white sky with nothing really interesting. I mean, here we get nice blue sky. What? The way is open. Come on. This isn't like the last two games. RHEM with an arrow pointed that way. Oh.
Hello. My name is Kayles. I am pleased that you have come to RHEM. Do you have the message from my brother? Put the piece of paper in the machine in front of you. Thank you.
Well, it looks like they got a different voice, or not a voice actor, but a different live-action actor for Kalis, who's, well, at least a little bit more interesting to listen to than he was in the last game. He is still kind of monotone. There we go. I guess that just teaches you how to use the inventory. And now we got a flashing light. The interface to this game is pretty much identical to the one in the last game. We still have the box here, the compass here, and the options here. The compass is still reversed east and west like it was, so I'm not really going to be referencing that too much. I may on certain occasions, but I'm going to try to make this as least confusing as possible. So just rest assured that I won't be talking about east and west too much using this. Well, let's go left first, since we tend to do that quite a bit. It just feels so good to be outside. I mean, look at this. Okay, yes, I know the graphics aren't the best graphics in the world, but come on. This game was basically made by one person. I mean, granted, there was a little bit of a tiny team helping him out with it, but still, it's very much the brainchild of one guy. And you might have noticed, from the intro and from what we've been hearing here, kind of the elephant in the room. We've got music in this game. I mean, granted, it's not exactly the most interesting music in the world, but, I mean, it's music, and it gives some atmosphere, which is pretty nice. And this seems to be some kind of combination lock. So these three control these concentric circles, I don't know what I was trying to say there, where these dots are positioned along each circle, and this seems to enter the combination. Well, whatever it is, it's connected to this panel thing here that's locked. 10 times. We can turn it around for a map of RHEM, or at least a part of it, where this is north, and this would appear to be where we are right now. We can see the railroad track here. We got off and we went left, so we're standing in here right now. We can go and check out other things to the left and to the right of us. That's cool. And hey, look at this! Memories. Yeah, remember those days? Aw, sad that this thing isn't working. I guess this is RHEMian clothing? Well, there's a door here, but it's locked. We got a bunch of pipes around here, leading all kinds of places. This is already starting to remind me of RHEM 2. And we can look up at some kind of big TV screen, but nothing's playing right now. Maybe Kalis forgot to adjust his antenna. There's another screen here with some kind of star-shaped keyhole?
Thank you for coming here. Only with your help can we discover more about RHEM. Based on the knowledge I have gathered from drawings I have found, I think that there is a valuable relic in this part of RHEM. I hope you can find where the relic is hidden. The message from my brother is part of the key to the gate in front of you. The gate can only be opened from here. When I activate the mechanism, you must go to the vehicle. As soon as you climb in, the gate will open and you may start your journey. I cannot follow you, as the gate only stays open for a few seconds. You will then be left to your own devices, but I'm sure you will be successful. Good luck.
In other words, another excuse not to accompany us on the journey. Oh well, I don't know what's up with Kalis and Zatias communicating with each other. I mean, it sounds like they're apart from each other, doing their work separately. Something else we can't control. Ooh, and a sorry noise. I think that's a new sorry noise. And that slides the door closed. But that appears to be this same door over here. So if we were to somehow be able to get around, we might be able to get through. There's a spot here for some kind of puzzle piece that's shaped like a horseshoe with a little hook there, but that doesn't really help us right now. Wait a minute, do I have to press that again? Was I not fast enough?
I will open the gate once more. Please go as quickly as possible to the vehicle.
Okay, so somehow you've got the time to watch us here, but you can't help us out. Really? Okay. Well, let's go ahead and start exploring. We can't get through here, but we can look around. Ooh. Is this part of the seat we're sitting on? We got another one of these puzzle piece things back here, but once again, we don't have what fits in there. And here's a hatch with 8 different buttons. That sure is a hatch with 8 different buttons. Well, before we go through it, let's just check out what we've got over here. Looks like some kind of apartment complex. Yeah, we can see at least 3 different floors. And each of these sides of this balcony thing are adorned with these symbols. Somehow, you just know that's going to be important. And we've also got these ornate doors lining the entire area. Of course we can't open them up, but we can open this panel up. And we can cycle through all these different barcodes. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to call them barcodes. I know that is terrible, but yeah, deal with it. We don't know what the barcodes are, though, so, and I'm just going to assume that they're the same for every single other one of these. Yeah. So, knowing this game, I'm sure that somehow we're going to have to match these symbols here to a specific set of bars, since there are 3 here and 3 in the panel to open each door. But we don't really know what corresponds with what, so we're just going to have to leave this alone for the time being. But right now, we've got this over here. We can look out into a lake with some windows. Okay. But that's all we can do here in the apartment complex, so let's go ahead and get out. Well, I suppose... Ooh, what is this? Is this kind of like, you know, RHEM 2, where we have to, like, pull something down, then enter something, and then pull it back up, or, you know, whatever. I don't know. What I do know is that this thing reminds me so much of the RCI tool from SimCity. RCI meaning residential, commercial, and industrial. Remember, you know, residential was like, okay, well, it was green, it wasn't red, but there was like a green thing, and then commercial was blue, and industrial was yellow, and they had these bars that just told you, like, which ones were most popular, and which ones you needed more, and all that. Yeah, this kind of reminds me of that, somehow. Okay. Well, this hatch has these buttons on it. It kind of reminds me of that clock hatch from RHEM 2. Except there doesn't really seem to be any sort of end to the button pressing. It just keeps going on and on, so... yeah. Thankfully, we don't need to actually enter a combination to get through the hatch itself, so that's nice. But here on the other side, we've got another cover that has even more buttons. Interesting. And it seems to just be the same story, second verse. Now, I've got to admit, when I first saw these red bolt things around the hatch, I thought that was a clue. But it's not. They're just red bolt things with no purpose. And we've... No, I do not want to download that. But thanks, though. Alright, let's see here. Another floor of the apartment complex. But at least from this floor, we can see that there are only 3. Up there is the roof, and it's all fenced off. At the very least, it doesn't seem like there's anything else outside that fence. It's just a roof area. So yeah, same thing here. We can check one of the control panels, but it's just the same sort of mechanism. And there's a tree. It's sure nice to see some foliage around here. That was weird. Well, we just picked up leaf A. And we heard some sort of bird sing some sounds when we picked it up. We can hear the birds sing the sounds even when we're standing here. And they're the same sounds every time. Same beats, same notes, everything. Well, we're just going to have to remember that. Alright, I'm going to introduce you to probably the single most annoying thing in this entire game. The lamps room. So, what you have to do in this room is, in order to get through any one of these doors, you have to press the button for the door that you want to go through, right? And I think right now I am going to go through this one first. So what you have to do is you have to press all the lamps in a completely random order. You don't know what the order is, it's just completely random. Which is really annoying. The only givens that you have are that the first and last ones are both at the door that you want to open. And you have to do this every single time you go through this room. Yeah. It is super annoying. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let's see which direction we're going through. Why can't I see the compass? Okay, I'm facing west here, so that's weird. Anyway, let's go ahead and head this way, or south. Another tree. And that time we got 3 long sounds. Interesting. Well, it feels like this hand thing should do something, but it's not. And whoa, what is that? That looks cool. I want to know what that is. Well, that is a mystery for another time and another place. Well, we got some kind of house here. Buentistor. And some jigsaw pieces on which we can enter a code. Storvombuen. What in the world? There's a plant here inside, so maybe this is some kind of greenhouse? Or is that just a symbol of a plant? Xixornes. Well, we're going to have to enter a code for all these. T-Rebnes. Xornezdov and Meadnesti. I almost wanted to say My Destiny or something like that. But I'm not George McFly. Alright, so we can't operate these buttons that don't have any lights on. Okay, so now we can do these 2 red ones. Okay, now this thing has a number on it. We can just keep raising the number up. Okay, how far does this go? Okay, it stops at 30. Interesting. What if we do the other button? Oh, it counts down. Okay. Alright. So let's try raising this to a number high enough that if we can race to the other side, we can put our hand on that thing before it counts down to 0. Because the fact that this is on a hand that resembles that hand has to mean something. There we go. More stuff that doesn't work. But whatever this is, it looks like a radio. Wait, no, I didn't want to go back down yet. No. Oh well. At least now we know what that does. But we're going to have to go all the way back and raise the thing and do all this stuff and yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I'm being a little bit more casual with this Let's Play just because, I don't know, I feel like I can be more casual with this game. There's not nearly the amount of backtracking that there was in the other games. You know, I can have a little bit more fun just relaxing with it. So, yeah, you know, I don't mind just goofing off a little bit more. But that being said, I'm going to try to make some progress. So, I'm going to try to make sure I strike a balance. But, you know, games like this are just made to be explored. You gotta admit. Alright, so let's look to the left. We got a panel that says K and another panel that says D, on which we can put some numbers. Now, I gotta admit, I keep saying I've gotta admit, after RHEM 2, I've been really paranoid about checking to see if these numbers can go above 9 after that thing from the Arrival Center. And here we get some candles that somebody has been using. We can pick one up. We can't pick up that coffee cup, though. We got another panel that says W on it. So, KDW. Maybe that's the name of the radio station. KDW. It needs another letter, though. Aw, it's a painting of a bird that sings. Can't say you can see that every day. Well, we haven't explored past that bunker greenhouse thing, so let's go back there and take a look. For now, we really can't do anything else here, so I'm just going to keep on taking a look around, checking this out. Now does it work? No, it doesn't. Interesting. Well, somehow there's a puzzle involving these bird songs for each tree. That much is given. Now remember, earlier we opened this door with this button. It didn't close when we went through here. So let's go ahead and close it back. I'm going to go through here and just look around. Okay, so we got a drawbridge here, but it's in the up position. Not very helpful. We can see into some other walkways we haven't been through yet, so let's go ahead and head back. Because you remember what we established in RHEM 1, that whenever you can open and close a door, you may want to close it. Okay, I'm not going to go through that one yet. I'm going to go through this one here on the east side. You know what would be amazing? If there was a sequence that actually went around the room with every lamp in consecutive order. And this was almost the case here. I think there was one time I played the game, there was one trip I went through that room where it happened, but it hasn't happened since. And this door is all sad and broken. Look at that. Aww. Alright, we got a little knob here. That's kind of weird. Whenever we put the knob into this position, it raises the bridge. And when we lower it, we take it off, or when we take it off that position, we lower the bridge. So southwest makes the bridge raise. Let's try it again just to be sure. Yep, same result. And this has a symbol on the top, so let's remember that. I'm sure that's going to be important later on. Alright. There was one other thing to check out, a gigantic ladder here. And hey, we got to the top floor of the apartment complex. I'd hate to live up here and have to carry my groceries all the way up here every day. Okay, same story, third verse. Well, at this point, we really have no other option but to go through this north door. But we're going to do that in the next video, everybody. So until then, thank you guys so much for watching. This LP is off to a great start, and I hope you enjoyed it so far. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, and I will catch you on the flip side. So take care, and I will see you then.